I've taken heavy duty rope. This happens to be nylon rope. After I cut it, I singed the ends of it with a flame. This happens to be cut to a length of 54 inches. Now, I would actually suggest, after having done this, you cut it to a little bit longer, and I'll show you why whenever I finish making the handle. So, with this, I have already pre-cut hand width lengths of PVC pipe. That's all I did. I put my hand on it, and I thought, okay, that's about how wide I would like a handle, and I began to cut with a standard hacksaw. So what we'll do is we'll take our length of rope and we'll slide part of it through that end, and then we'll take the other part and go the other direction with it. And then we just pull it into place right there. Now, here is where you will eyeball what you'll think would be just the right enough space for your foot, because this right here is going to form the foot portion where you hang your feet in. Now, you can go ahead and just tie it up. Like I've said before, I like to use a square knot because it's just over one way and back under the other way. And I'm sure if you don't know how to tie a square knot, you could easily find a video on knot tying somewhere. Or you can just tie whatever kind of knot you feel happy with. So, there's my knot. Now, the way I'm going to finish this out is have it in place. Now, what I want to do, I'm going to take some regular cable ties, and I'm going to create a loop at the top that will stay in place. I want to make sure that my hook for my strap will fit in there like that. So, and then I pinch it off. Lock it in place. Scissors, a tie strap, box knife. Clip that off. Now I have a foothold and a top with a handle. Now this handle, this PVC is actually 1 1/4 inch. I've also used 3/4 inch PVC and 1 inch PVC. I would say that 3/4 inch is a little bit too small. If you are a female with small hands, that may do just fine for you. 1 inch actually works better, and if you want to really work on your grip while you're doing things, then you could go up to a 1 1/4 or 2 inch or whatever suits your purposes. So here I have a handle, a hook, my loop. Now I'm going to make sure that I have enough space for my foot to loop in there, and you know, I can do that by just simply sliding it over, and that feels pretty good. Again, your choice of how far you make it, but the key here is going to be making it stay there. So again, with the cable ties, I'm going to hold that in place and slide it out just a little bit, and another cable tie, and this cable tie will actually be inside the handle whenever I'm through. Flip it off. And for a little extra security, I'll put one on the other end as well. place. And there you have your, and you can get it just right. And there you have your TRX, or your homemade version of the TRX or Jungle Gym suspension strap system. Put your hook in there, and you're all set to go. Now the reason that I said you may want to cut your rope a little bit longer is because you can see how close this hook is to your body while you're trying to work out. You know, if you were doing push-ups or dips or something like that, then you have this hook that you're going to have to deal with. If you make this your rope longer, then this can actually be way up here. You can make this strap, this part right here, as large as you want to make it, so that you can clear this well out of your body's way. So that's why I would actually suggest making your rope longer. Like I said, I cut mine to 54 inches, and this right here is the size that it brought back for me. So you could go, if you had enough rope, you could cut it to, I don't know, 70 inches or greater. Test out your lengths. I'm not very tall. I'm about 5'7", and you can see here 54 inches got me about that far. So that is your homemade suspension strap handles. Okay, so I have since gone back and modified my TRX strap that goes into the hooks of my cargo straps, and for length purposes I cut this rope to 85 inches, and then as you can see I put the 1.5 inch PVC pipe on it, and inside, that's where I tied my knot, slide it inside there, so it's one solid piece of rope. And now it comes, it actually works out pretty nice to keep that hook from hitting me. There are other uses that you can do for this. As you can see, I have taken and put 3 tie wraps around it. Now going back and doing it again, I would probably cut my rope a little bit longer so that I could actually maybe tie a knot in this to make it a little bit, to make that strong. Or you could just leave it undone and let it slide around on your hook. I don't like it whenever it slides around on my hook, so I prefer a set loop in there. But on top of the suspension strap, being able to hang it in the suspension strap, I realized that you can actually use this to do some sort of or some version of the perfect pull-up, which I think that perfect pull-up machine might cost you somewhere around $100, I think, maybe. So let me show you how I've done it. Got this one already hanging here, so just flip it over, pull-up bar, loop it into place, pull it down tight, and now you have your perfect pull-ups. Let's see how they work. That works good. So instead of cutting the rope to what I originally said, take it to somewhere around 85 inches, maybe a little longer if you want to tie a knot in the end for your loop that goes on the hook, and enjoy your suspension straps.